vehicle produces a less harmful impact to the environment than the conventional internal combustion engine that runs on gasoline or diesel fuel. Such vehicles run on electricity, compressed air, hydrogen, and even vegetable oil. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I'm going to talk to Farhad, the creator of Green Drop Garage. From what I know, he started the business by converting his own diesel engine over to vegetable oil. I'm excited to learn more about how he's turned Green Drop Garage into a viable business. Let's start at the top, learn about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, education.
Well, I'm from Beaverton, which is a suburb of Portland.
Okay.
I grew up there. Went to college at UC Santa Cruz. I got my degree in molecular biology. I was pre-med out of college.
Did you apply to med school, or what happened when you graduated?
The reason I studied that was to actually go to dental school.
Okay.
So I had done all my prerequisites. I worked with a dentist one summer as a dental assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks before I took the test, my cousin who's a physician said, "Do you want to be a dentist?" And I said, "No." She said, "Then why are you studying for the dental test?"
Yeah.
So I closed my books and drove back to Santa Cruz and called my dad. I said, I don't want to be a dentist anymore. He goes, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "At least take the test. Like, you studied for it, you're 2 weeks out, you're paid for the test, leave the door open." And I go, "I don't want to leave the door open. Because if I leave the door open, if times get tough, I'll walk through it. So I'll figure out what I want to do, and if I want to be a dentist later, I'll start all over again." And I graduated college, and I actually had a car that ran on vegetable oil at the time as well.
Have people been doing this for a long time?
Well, the original diesel engine was designed to run on peanut oil.
Really?
Only after the petroleum industry really had their way did the engine get modified to run on petroleum distillate, which is diesel. So I'd post out on Craigslist and say, "Hey, I can convert your car to vegetable oil, $100, I'll convert it." So I just started doing it out of my dad's garage. And I said, maybe I should just try my hand at this. Maybe I can start a business doing a car repair shop that converted cars to vegetable oil, fixed cars, and taught classes in the evening.
Wow.
And I shot this business plan to banks in 2009. And
not a good time for banks.
Not a good time for banks at all. And they all say, "No, do you have a house?" I said, "No, I have student debt." "Do you have any cash on hand?" I said, "No, student debt, I'm 26. And basically, they said, "We're not lending right now," especially to a new idea to an unproven person. I was really bummed, and I went to my friend's wedding out on the coast, and they randomly paired me with a lady as a bunkmate overnight at the hotel. And she happened to own a really cool restaurant in town. She said, "Screw the banks. We started it on a credit card."
Sweet.
I committed to that, and I swear, 2 days later, this shop, I was driving by it, had a big for lease sign on it. And I called the guy, and he says, "Do you have a P&L?" And I said, "What's a P&L? Profit and loss." Yeah, I didn't know. He said, "Let me see your bank statements." I said, "There's not much to see." Yeah, he goes, "Well, I'm looking for a serious kind of a tenant, so let's talk next week." So I was bummed because another roadblock. My brother was in college at the time, and I went down to hang out at his frat with him and his friends, and I was talking about this guy who won't sign a lease with me because I'm young and inexperienced, and he needs a stable tenant. His friend sitting next to him, he goes, "My dad owns a place down there." And it turns out it was his father.
Who owns this place?
Who owns this place. So
even further.
So I come back and goes, "You have a very polite family. Let's sign this lease and I'll give you a little discount."
Oh, nice.
And so it worked out, and he said, "I don't know what you got to do. Just pay me the rent. I'm not going to bug you. Wink and a nudge. You can live here." So I threw a mattress down and put a desk up and a hot plate in a small fridge, and I called it my apartment/office. It was scary, but it was exciting. I never had in my mind, what am I doing? I feel like I always knew that there was a path forward.
I mean, what's the impact in what you're doing environmentally?
Aside from vegetable oil, because we've gotten away from vegetable oil, now instead what I do is we do eco-friendly car repairs. So, we'll take all the fluids that we can and make them more responsibly sourced. Our waste stream is, very responsibly disposed of. We have low VOC chemicals, and also our staff paid time off, well paid, retirement, all that stuff. So we focus on those things because those are scalable. We can create more jobs out of it.
Yep.
Two, it hits the masses. We want to hit the masses. We don't want to hit just the niche.
kind of explain some of the reasons why Green Drop is eco-friendly.
Oh, absolutely. First thing, we use a re-refined oil, which takes about 85% less energy to produce. We take oil that's come out of an old car, it's re-refined, which again takes less energy, and then put back into use through oil that's mixed with a synthetic as well. So
what is the cost savings, I mean, versus just buying new oil?
Well, it's not necessarily cheaper. It is a little bit more expensive. We don't pass that along to the customer. It's just the right thing to do, so that's why we do it.
I mean, why work here?
Oh, that's a great question. I've been with the company about 6 months. Prior to that, I was actually in the restaurant industry. So I was attracted to what Green Drop really stands for. I actually started as a customer and came on board because all the values align with my beliefs as well. So it was important to me in choosing an employer.
So it feels good, stuff that you're doing.
I feel good about where I work. I like the people I work with, the community that we connect with. I think as a result of the practices we've taken on, attracts the kind of people that, get it and makes it easier to work with.
How long did it take to really ramp up to the point where you were a sustainable business?
At first it was a Herculean effort, like I was doing everything and not getting paid. I think 2.5 years into business, or maybe even close to 3, we got to this point where I could give myself a paycheck.
Nice.
But before I gave myself a paycheck, I invested in health insurance for the staff. And I found it actually to be a very good marketing campaign. I had a campaign that said, this is why we're raising our prices. Our staff has health insurance.
And people wanted to support that.
Yeah, and if they don't want to support it, they're not our client anyway. So you draw that line in the sand and you separate. And what happens is the people who care about it tend to actually have cars they want to maintain. The people who don't care about it are bargain hunters anyway.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be the cheapest or the best. I want to be the favorite shop.
Tell us who you are and how long you've been coming to Green Drop.
My name's Karen. I've been here at Green Drop for 6 years.
6 years. Do you remember back to your first experience here?
Yeah, I found out that they were teaching a car care class, and I had just bought an old '79 Mercedes, and I didn't know anything about how to drive or maintain such an old car, or any car even. So I took the car care class, and I ended up getting a total lesson in what makes diesel different from regular, as well as just the basics of how to safely drive and maintain my car.
That obviously established a pretty unique relationship right away with an auto shop. That's not very common, right?
Yeah, and relationship really is the key. It really feels like there's a lot of trust, and there's also back and forth that happens.
How important is the eco-friendly element of the shop?
Well, that's absolutely key. I don't know of any other shop in Portland that's doing that to the level that Green Drop does. I find that a lot of times they give me a choice between the cheap option and the slightly expensive but more environmentally friendly option. For instance, a filter that can be cleaned as opposed to a disposable filter.
Would you recommend the garage to other people in the Portland area?
For sure, and I have many times. I've written Yelp reviews for them, as well as directly referred a number of people.
What does your mom and dad think about your foregoing dental school to open up a garage?
Well, they're excited now. My parents are immigrants from Iran, and you're either a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, like a terminal degree.
Sure.
Because it brings about respect, and it's a low risk of failure when you have that degree. Someone tells you can do something.
Right.
So they were scared, but now I think they're proud. I think they like what they see, and they see that it's different. It's not just a car repair shop. So it's a great company that is part of the community, serves its employees, and happens to fix cars.
What advice do you have for other entrepreneurs out there that have a dream, have a vision?
Don't quit. The biggest, I think, problem is attrition. I don't think access to capital or the economy or anything else is as big of a factor as people make it out to be. I mean, I started it in the depths of the recession.
Yep.
It's not about that. That makes, I feel like that is an excuse for why things failed.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have a reason for why I will succeed. And it doesn't matter what the outside world does because I can't change it.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk today. It's really exciting to see what you're doing, man. I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
There are a million ways to start a business, but how did Farhad do it? Let's find out. He started with around $5,000 in the bank, and it cost him around $50,000 to open his business that he acquired through credit cards and a family loan. He opened in 2009, and the business is currently profitable. The one word that he would use to describe what it takes to make it in business is tenacity. Meeting with Farhad was very enlightening. Here's a guy who was pre-med and decided to take his life in a completely different direction. He did it on his terms and by trusting his own instincts, and it's paying off. And he's making a difference, even if it's just one repair on one car that's less damaging to the environment. That is how the seeds of change are planted, with one positive action, and that action becomes contagious and makes other people want to see change as well. They say that you have to be the change that you want to see, and it looks like Farhad is definitely doing his part. To learn more about Farhad, visit our website and click the link for Green Drop Garage.